Hello students, greetings of the day. In today's session, we are going to start with our second practical, in which we are going to use the constructors, then we are going to use the static member functions, and we are also going to have the dynamic memory allocation. Okay, so with the help of this second practical, we will come to know that how we are going to use the constructors. Actually, this constructor part we just already have discussed in our practical number 1. But in this practical number 2, the static member functions and the dynamic memory allocation is the new part that we are going to study in our practical number 2. So this is the practical for our computer engineering program, second year program it is. Then course title, we all know that it is a object oriented programming, and the course code is 210247. In today's practical session, we are going to solve one problem statement in which we just have to write down one object oriented program by using C++ programming language. In this program, we are going to create a database of student information system. In this database, we are going to include the following information. In this information or in this database, we are going to have, we are having the student name, student roll number, the class of student, then student division, student date of birth, then blood group, contact address of student, telephone number, and also the driving license number of that student, right? So with the help of this information, we are going to construct a database with the help of suitable member functions for initializing and destroying the data-wise constructor. Then we are also going to use the default constructor. We are going to use copy constructor. We are also going to use the destructor. Also the static member functions we are going to use in our program. We are going to have friend class, this pointer, inline code, and dynamic memory allocation, operators, and new and delete, right? These are the new and delete are nothing but the dynamic memory allocation operators. In C language, we all know that malloc and calloc was there. In C++ language, we are going to use the new and delete keywords for the dynamic memory allocation. So this is nothing but the problem statement for our second practical. Okay. Now, with the help of program, we are going to resolve this problem. So what are the prerequisites? Generally, the software requirements to run this program is Linux operating system with GCC or G++ editor. Then hardware requirements are there, computer system with minimum 2 GB RAM and i3 processor. To solve this kind of problem statement, we should have some prerequisite knowledge. That is basic knowledge of OOPS concept with constructors, static member function we should know, and dynamic memory allocation. We should be aware about these points. So these are the prerequisites for our this today's second practical. The constructor, the first important part that you should know, that is constructor. In the previous practical also, we have discussed this constructor part. We all know that constructors are nothing but the special methods that are used to initialize the objects. The constructors are also called when the object of a class is created. It can be used to initialize the values for your object attributes. Okay, we have mentioned the syntax is there. With the help of the syntax, we can understand that how we are going to create such a kind of constructors. Okay, so we can go through this syntax so that you will come to know that how we are going to create the different types of constructors. We are having copy constructors, we are having different types of constructors are there. All those constructors can be used with the help of this C++ programming language. Then second part, important part that we are going to implement in our today's practical, that is nothing but static member function. This static member function can be called even if no objects of the class exist. With the help of this static member function, if there is no object of class, still you can use or you can make use of these static member functions. This can be called even if you have you don't have such a kind of objects of the class. So the static functions are assessed by using only the class name and the scope resolution operator, which I have represented with the help of double colon, right? So this is nothing but the scope resolution operator. Whenever you want to assess such a kind of static member functions, these static member functions can be assessed with the help of this scope resolution operator. So a static member function can only assess the static data members, only the static member functions, and the any other functions from the outside of the class. So as an example, we are having one syntax which is of static member function. So this is the syntax of initializing the static member of a class box. So obviously we are having a box which is a class, and we just have initialized it as an int box. Then we are having our scope resolution operator, and after that object count, and we have initialized the value to that object count variable or the object value 0. So this is nothing but the syntax to represent the static member function. Mainly we are going to use the class name, then we are going to use the scope resolution operator, and after that we are going to use the object name. Okay, so this is nothing but your static member function syntax. The third important part that we are having, or that we are going to observe in our program, that is nothing but dynamic memory allocation. We all know that C++ supports these functions and also has two operators, that is new and delete. In C programming language, we are going to use the calloc and malloc was there. In C++ language, you can also use those keywords or those functions, but mainly in our C++ programming, we are also having the operators. This new operator is there and delete operator is there. By making use of new and delete operator, the dynamic memory allocation can be made. So the syntax we have provided, syntax to use the new operator, that is to allocate memory for any type of data. The syntax is as follows: pointer variable will be there. Pointer variable is equal to new data type. Then to delete, syntax to use the delete operator. To delete the memory of any data type, the syntax is as follows, that is delete and the pointer variable name semicolon. So with the help of these two syntax, we can make use of our new operator as well as delete operator. So this is the information or important part that we are going to implement in our program, in our today's program. So let us discuss the source code. Okay, let us go to the source code. I have written the source code in our C++ programming language. We will jump. Let us go to that source code. Okay, so here we are having source code. Obviously, it is very important that we should include all the header files which are required or which are essential to execute our program. So we have included the iostream.h, string.h, ponio.h, and iomap input output man ip.h. Okay, so we have created one class that is DB. Okay, so you can say that it is a database file or the class database in which we just have mentioned the integer roll number, character name, character array of name, which is having size of 20, character array of class, character array of division, character array of date of birth, then character array of blood group. Also, for the contact address, we are having again character array and character phone number and license. So these are the all the variables which are essential. We are going to receive these inputs from the keyboard. That's why it is very important that we should declare such a kind of variables at the initial of our initially in our program. So this is the program public. We are having one count function, static function is there. With the help of these static functions, we are just going to count or get the count of how many objects we want to create or how many objects we want to delete. That we are going to mention with the help of this static function count. Then we are having the void fim, that is nothing but inline function. Whenever this function is going to be executed, at that time the message will be displayed on the console screen. That is, it is an inline function. Then we are having the constructor. Okay, with the help of this DB constructor, we just have initialized the initial values to all the variables that we have declared in the initially in our program. So roll number is 0, string copy, all the string.h functions we just have used here. str's copy, strcpy. This is going to copy the second value in our parameter into the first. Means the name will be initialized with the Sachin, class will be initialized with the I, division will be initialized with the A, right? All these values will be initialized to the name, class, division, date of birth, BG, blood group, that is count, phone number and license. And std.number, the student number count will be increased. Now we are having again one function. You can say that it is a constructor only, but at this function we are going to initialize the value to the all these variables with the help of this with the values that we have received with the help of keyboard. So this is the function that we have used with the help of this. This is nothing but the pointer. We have made use of pointer in this program. Now void get data is there. With the help of this void get data, we are going to receive all the information that we want to receive with the help of keyboard. So cout and cn function we have using, keywords we are using, and the main display function. So print void display dbd. With the help of this, we are going to display all the information that we have stored in our database, and after that we just have used the destructor. Okay, with the help of destructor we are going to destroy our object, and in this destructor we just have mentioned one message, that is this dot name. Means this dot name is nothing but the name of that student. This name, the name of that student object will be destroyed. Then we are having the void display db. This is nothing but a function to represent the database, that the value that we have received. To represent those values, we are having this void display method. Then int db, scope resolution operators are there. The static member function making, we are making the use of our static member function, that is int db std number. With the help of this statement, we are going to use the make use of that static member function, that is std number. So actual execution of our program is going to start with this main function. Okay, as soon as we will start with this main function, we are going to clear our screen. Then we have initialized, or we have declared two integer variables n and I. Then we have created the object d1 and one pointer object, that is star pointer 5. Here we are going to take the default value. We are going to display the default value at our console screen, and with the help of this d1 object, we are going to display the d1 object at our console screen. That is nothing but the constructor that we have created at the initial stage, right? That will be displayed with the help of this display d1. Then we are having d1 get data display d1. Again, the same thing that we are going to do. After this, we are going to ask to the user that how many objects you want to create. With the help of keyboard, the user is going to insert the integer number, that is 2, 3, 4, and so on. We are going to take that input and we are going to use that input into our for loop with the help of this for loop. And with the help of this for loop, we are going to receive the input for 2, 3, 4, depending on the number that we have inserted into our choice. That is how many objects you want to create. And we are going to receive all the information that should be included into our database. So we are going to make use of that for loop to receive all the inputs for that number of objects. Then we are having again for loop to represent. Display is there. Again we are having this for loop. With the help of this for loop, we are going to display all the information that we have received with the help of keyboard by the user. And after that, again we are having one for loop. With the help of this for loop, we are going to make use of our delete operator. Means the every object that we have created, right, that we are going to delete. That is with the help of dynamic memory allocation and dynamic memory delocation. Under that, we are going to delete every object that we have created with the help of this pointer. Okay, star pointer. So every object will be deleted and the message will be displayed in that, that is object deleted. So this is all about our program. So we will once compile this program. After that, we will try to run this program and we will see that how this will be implemented. So I am going to compile. We are having 2 warnings and 0 errors. Generally, we can ignore those warnings. Okay, I am going to ignore those warnings. As we are having 0 errors, we can run that program, but some function value should return. Just a minute. Let us make some kind of changes here. I am just ignoring this. Okay, now I am going to save this. I am going to compile. So 0 warnings, 0 error is there. Now I am going to run this. Okay, so default values it is going to print that we have provided with the help of that constructor. And after that, that constructor we have destroyed with the help of delete operator. Such in object name will be is destroyed. After that, it is asking us for entering. Please enter the name, roll number, class, division, date of birth, then your blood group, contact, phone number, and license. So I am going to insert the name. Let us say Ajit. Okay, you can press enter. Then for Ajit, I am going to have roll number 1. Then enter. Class is, let us say, B. Division is A. Then date of birth is 12 5/3/1990. Enter. Then blood group, we can say that he has blood group B plus. Then contact number, you can have any contact number, 10-digit number you can insert. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, or we can also have, this is contact address actually. This is Ahmednagar. Okay, Ahmednagar. Okay, after that phone number it is asking, so 9898989898. Any 10-digit number it is going to receive, and license number. Obviously, license number can be mixed with character as well as with your numbers. So any number which is mixed with character, that I am going to insert. So all this information I just have received with the help of keyboard. Now after pressing enter, if you observe, all this information is going to be displayed. Ajit, after that his roll number, after that his class, his division, date of birth, blood group, his address, his phone number, and his license number. And this object with name Ajit is have been destroyed, right? With the help of use of copy constructor, again the same information we have displayed, and again the Ajit object has been destroyed. Now it is asking us to enter that how many objects we want to create. Now I am inserting the 2 objects I want to create. How many objects? 2 objects. So just 2, then enter. Now it will ask me 2 times to enter this information. So the second name is there, it is, let us say Ramesh, roll number 3, class B, division A, date of birth, any date of birth, valid date of birth you can insert. Then blood group, say A positive, contact Ahmednagar, phone number, 10-digit number, any 10-digit number you can enter. Then license, you can insert any combination of your characters and number. So this is the one record. Now it will ask me again for the second record. Okay, it is asking again. Now Suresh, roll number 4, again from B, division A, 23/7/1990. Okay, then what is next? After date of birth, we are having B positive blood group, contact Ahmednagar. Just ignore the spelling mistakes and just typing it for reference. Okay, then phone number will be there, 909809809807. Then I am having license number, that is ANK dash something. Okay, so we have entered both the information. After entering, clicking on enter button, let us see what happened. So some error was there. Okay, I am saying yes. Now we can observe our output that we have received at our console screen from this window tab. Go to window, click on output. If you click on that output, you will receive output in such a form. Okay, if you observe this information, you can see name, roll number, class, division. It is showing us that information in tabular format, right? So first column is name, second column roll number, class, division, then date of birth, background, contact, phone number, and license. And below that they have mentioned our first record, that is Ramesh, roll number 3, class B, division A, his date of birth, his blood group, his contact, his phone number, and his license number. After displaying this license number, all the information, that object is going to be destroyed, right? Because we are going to allocate the memory dynamically. So that object will be destroyed. Below that, we just have displayed the another database information, that is Suresh, his roll number, his class, division, date of birth, his blood group, his contact number, phone number, and license number. Again, the same Suresh object is also have been destroyed. And below this, it is going to represent us that how many objects that we have destroyed. The number of total objects created are 4. And which objects are destroyed? Ramesh object is destroyed, Suresh object is destroyed, and again Ajit object is destroyed twice. Why it is saying 4 objects? The first one, that we have used by, that we have got by the constructor. The second, that information that we have provided at the initial stage with the help of keyboard. Then that console screen asked us for how many objects that we have created. So we inserted 2, and those 2 objects named Suresh and Ramesh. So these 4 objects we have destroyed with the help of our delete operator. Okay, so this is nothing but the today's program, right? With the help of which we studied the dynamic memory allocation, then constructor, and also the our static member functions. Okay, so this is all about our today's program. So we will move forward to our PPT. I hope you have understood this program. Just a minute. So with the help of this program, we come to conclusion that we can construct a database with all the suitable member functions for initializing and destroying the data-wise constructor, default constructor, copy constructor, then destructors. And with the help of static member functions, you can make use of static member functions, friend class, this pointer, inline code, and dynamic memory allocation operators, just like new and delete. So this is all about our today's program. Okay, so this is all about our practical number 2. So in next practical session, we will discuss our next practical, that is practical number 3. So we are going to stop here. In next practical, we will discuss our next topic. Okay, so thank you very much.